the founder of Child Aid Ireland in India, which is now operating under the name Nandri, Mr. Tony Barron, said the education would change the society. What that changed the Irish society would also change the Indian society. The only tool is education. So by educating the children, we get a social equality and economical stability, and every child gets an equal opportunity to get good education. So that's the ultimate motive of Nandri. I myself was deprived of a good education because of my family background, because of the economical conditions that my family had. But since I joined the seminary and I was becoming a priest, I got a chance to study and come to a position where, as a priest, I can help a lot of people. So when I took up this priesthood, in particular, but my priesthood is expanded to all the people. The only goal is education.
நப்தலி ஆகிய இடங்களின் எல்லையில் கடலோரமாய் அமைந்திருந்த
special teachers for the VA, visually impaired students, special training we got it. So all the subjects we have special teachers here. We have separate method. Like the same subject we are teaching here. Those who are studying sighted students, the same subject is here, but we are teaching in the separate way. The model of they have braille letters, braille books, and audio. The computer we have CHAS. The separate software is there. So everything we are using for them.
So they will take this is called Arati.
Arati.
So they will take Arati and they will put this sandanam. This is sandal.
Okay.
And they will put sandal, and sometimes in some places they will put this red one, gungam.
Gungam.
Nandri.
I'm Fred Crow. I am 65. I am the CEO of Nandri. From the premises we have now, we could have, we've 2,500 mothers. We could have 10,000, no problem. We've got 200 self-help groups, or we will have it in the next few weeks. At the opening, I spoke to a local civil servant, and he said he organizes 15,000 self-help groups in the area. We've got 200. So we're only scratching the surface. The two areas in which we operate, Tirwanamali and Vellore, each one is a population of 5 million, the other is a population of 4.5 million. I'd say the whole place is only the size of Ireland at a guess. So it's amazing.
So I'm Joseph Abraham, heading the charity called Nandri in India. Yeah, we have started this Nandri Center on the 14th of February 2016 with the aim of training our mothers on different things like domestic budgeting, training them for skill development and leadership qualities, and we can also bring the children to give them an opportunity on learning spoken English and evening study classes, so on, that can really help our mothers to develop themselves economically, socially, and mentally, and then maybe literally, like what you call, they can become more education wise, no, they'll be developed.
We're looking at setting up model farming where we will have a model dairy farm with just a couple of cows, some vegetable growing unit, chicken growing unit, and provide training courses to our mothers so that if they borrow money from us for chickens or cows or whatever, that they will maximize the amount of profit that they can make from each of those activities.
We were driving along a rural country bumpy blinking road in India. It was a dusk fall. The cows were going across the landscape. The red disk of the sun was sinking down into the horizon. And suddenly as we came along, a big van, big lorry, were coming towards us in the opposite direction. As we approached the van, there was music. There was a wild, jeering throng. When we got close to the van, we could not believe what our eyes saw. Across the van, there was a number of steel bars. Hanging from the steel bars were a number of meat hooks. But hanging from the meat hooks were young 16-year-old boys. And it was their entry into manhood at 16 years of age, and this was a test of their courage. The young lads were hanging, the meat hooks were put through the top part of their shoulders, and they were literally hanging from those meat hooks. There were others in that van, in that lorry. They were in a squatting position, and the meat hooks were put through this part of their body, the fleshy part of their upper body, and the meat hooks were then stuck in through the fleshy part of their thighs, and they were sitting in a squatting position, dead weight. That's the most shocking stuff. There were 4, 5 people with me in that van, and I thought I was hallucinating.
One sponsored child gave us great hope. Do you know why? She has now grown up, and she came back the other day and she said, "You sponsored my education." So she came back and gave Nandri a check. Can you believe that? The first sponsored child ever to give something back.
Father Michael Murta, as I said earlier, Father Michael is probably one of the most important people in the life of this charity, if I could put it that way. Almost all of our sponsors come from parishes where Michael has served. Most of the money for our Nandri Centre came from parishioners or ex-parishioners or friends of Father Michael. So he has worked tirelessly for the last 15 years or 16 years or more in promoting the charity and signing up new sponsors. So he's a great man.
We've put too much sweat and graft into it, and because as long as I'm alive, as long as Fred Crow is alive, as long as Joseph's alive, we'll make it work, and it won't be for lack of effort. If it doesn't work, it will not be for lack of effort. I prefer to concentrate on the positive. I prefer to concentrate on the fact that it will work. And I know when we get leaders in and train the leaders, there's no reason why it won't work. But it will still be a struggle. There will be mighty problems along the way. There will be people who won't appreciate our efforts. So what? So what? We go ahead anyway.
கதவுகள் முற்றுகை தளர்ந்தது தேடி தேடி அழுத்த வாழ்வில் பாதை ஒன்று தெரியுது பெண்மையே உயர்வு என்னும் பொய்மையை புறக்கணி பெண்மையே உயர்வு என்னும் பொய்மையை புறக்கணி அடக்கி அடக்கி நம்மை ஏய்க்கும் சிந்தனையை சிதறடி, அடக்கி அடக்கி நம்மை ஏய்க்கும் சிந்தனையை சிதறடி. ஆதிக்க கரங்களின் பிடியிலிருந்து மீளுவோம், ஆதிக்க கரங்களின் பிடியிலிருந்து மீளுவோம். பெண்ணடிமை வேறறுத்து உலகை நமது ஆக்குவோம், பெண்ணடிமை வேறறுத்து உலகை நமது ஆக்குவோம். மூடி கிடந்த கதவுகள் முற்றுகை தளர்ந்தது,